Have you ever felt it? That feeling of being enough, that surge of confidence after a compliment or a hard-won success. It feels like peace, doesn't it? Like you've finally figured it all out, but then life happens. A rejection, a mistake, or even just silence, and that confidence vanishes. You're left wondering, was any of that real? Or was I just pretending again? So many of us women have been taught to tie our worth to how well we perform, how much we give, how we look, how we succeed. We believe that if we just work hard enough, achieve enough, perfect ourselves enough, we will finally feel enough. And sometimes it works, until it doesn't, because worth that's borrowed from the outside world, the kind that depends on applause, always expires. It leaves us stranded, chasing the next thing that will make us feel valuable again. But what if I told you there's another kind of worth? A kind that lasts. A kind that doesn't crumble when life gets messy. This kind of worth isn't earned. It's remembered. Think about it. We aren't born searching for our value. We are born as miracles, breathing and feeling. But somewhere along the way, we start collecting lies. We learn that love is something to earn, that beauty determines value, that pleasing others is more important than our own peace. Little by little, that natural knowing that says, I am enough simply because I exist, gets buried. We don't lose our worth. We lose access to it. When love becomes conditional, our bodies learn that feeling valuable isn't safe. Our hearts close up, and worth becomes something we think about but can't seem to feel. That's why so many of us say, I know I'm worthy, but I just don't feel it. Because knowing is in your head, but feeling is in your cells. And the bridge between the two, it isn't more confidence or another affirmation. It's safety. The secret to lasting worth is feeling safe in your own being. Safe in knowing you don't have to earn your existence. When we start to feel truly safe inside ourselves, worth stops being a concept and becomes an experience. It becomes the solid ground we stand on, no matter what storms come our way. Let's start with that familiar ache, the one that whispers, maybe if I do more, they'll love me. Maybe if I fix myself, I'll finally be enough. That ache isn't a sign of failure. It's the echo of a little girl who learned that her safety depended on her performance. She was never wrong for believing that. It's what kept her safe. Our nervous systems got wired to mistake survival for worthiness. This is why we can't bully ourselves into feeling worthy. We can only gently invite our bodies to feel safe enough to believe it again. The remembering begins not with more effort, but with more gentleness. It comes in whispers, in the moment you stop running from silence, in the way your shoulders drop when you finally breathe, in the small exhale that says, I don't have to fix anything right now. That's what real worth feels like. Not pride, but quiet safety and just being yourself. I remember the day it first clicked for me. I was reading an article that said, self-worth is the inherent value of a human being, independent of achievement, appearance, or approval. And it hit me. I had spent my entire life chasing worth through everything external, when all along, it was an unchanging truth built right into me. It had never left. I whispered to myself, so it was never gone? And this warmth bloomed inside me, a quiet pulse that whispered back, never. I finally understood. Lasting worth is something we access, not create. But access requires safety, and safety requires truth. We can't feel safe if we're constantly betraying ourselves, saying yes when we mean no, performing strength instead of living in peace. Every time we abandon ourselves to keep the peace outside, our body feels it, and worth feels distant again. But every time we honor our truth, our body learns to trust us again. It starts to believe, maybe it's safe to be me now. So what does this look like in daily life? It's waking up without rushing to your phone because your day already has meaning. It's forgiving yourself after a mistake. It's resting without guilt. It's saying no without a long apology. It's walking into a room without trying to adjust yourself to fit in. It's looking in the mirror and seeing a woman who no longer performs for worth. She radiates it. It's calm. It's soft. It's steady. It's you, anchored. You stop trying to asterisk feel asterisk worthy, and you start asterisk trusting asterisk you are worthy. Trust is what allows worth to stay. Trust that even when you don't feel radiant, you are. Trust that even when doubt shows up, it doesn't change your essence. The door to your worth was never locked. You just stopped walking through it. To walk through it again, we practice. Not performative, but devotional practice, small, sacred acts that tell your system it's safe to rest and love again. First, presence. When your mind races, just pause, breathe, say, I am here. Worth can only be felt in the now. Second, gentle honesty. When something feels off, speak it. When your body says no, honor it. Third, receiving. Let yourself be loved, not because you earned it, but because you exist. Let compliments land. Let care in. Fourth, reverence. Treat your body like sacred ground. Feed it, rest it, and care for it like it belongs to something divine, because it does. And finally, faith. When you forget, ask the universe, God, love, whatever you call it, remind me who I am, and trust that the answer will rise softly from within. Lasting worth doesn't make you invincible. It makes you whole. It makes you human and holy, all at once. Life stops feeling like a test and starts feeling like a conversation with love, where every moment whispers, you are held, you are known, you are safe. That is the secret. That is the homecoming. Take a deep breath with me. Let your shoulders drop and whisper to yourself, I don't have to feel worthy to be worthy. I already am. Every time you breathe that truth, your body learns it again. And one day, without even realizing it, that feeling of worth you've been chasing becomes the very air you breathe. You won't reach for it anymore because you'll be living from it. That's how you'll know it's real. That's how you'll know it will last. If this message spoke to your soul, if you felt something quiet awaken inside you, then this space was made for you. Subscribe for more gentle reflections to help you live from the worth you already carry. Thank you for being here.